Alrighty, welcome to my addition strategies video for EDEL 316. So we are going to start off with the estimation for the sum of 429 plus 176. So how we're going to round this up is, as you can see on the board, I'm going to approximate this to 430 plus 170. All right, because we're pretty close to both of those numbers. So then we do the quick math. Oh yes, calculate that up, and we come up with an answer of 600. Alrighty, so for my personal strategy, I'm going to use a hundreds chart. So instead of just being at 1 to 100, I have 400 to around 700, because that's the kind of area that we're working in. So what I'm going to do first is, and you'll see in each block I have 10 little dashes. So I'm going to start at 429 and I'm going to add 100. So then I count 10 blocks and I get to 529. And then I tally it up, make sure it's the corresponding number. All right, next I'm going to add the 70 portion. So then again, I can just count my 7 spaces, and that gets me to around 595. And now I'm just going to add my 6, which gets me to a round total of 605. Because of this strategy, I have found it nice and easy to break it down and get that correct answer. So as you see Tom on the board doing his best to count exact, he will find out that he has indeed gone 170 and then 6 more. There we go, we get an accurate answer of 605. Well done, Tom.
Anytime.
Alrighty, so for my concrete, you see I have my sum there. So what I'm going to do is starting off with adding the ones together. So again, I see that they are going to equal more than 10. So I'm going to get that into a 10. And then I'm going to substitute that for a rod. And I'm going to put those ones to the side since I don't need them anymore. I'll keep my ones separate. There you go. You guys can live over there with your friend. And next I'm going to add the tens rods. All right, so there we go. And since the rods have a new friend, I'm going to let them join the party. Because I think that's going to equal 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh wow, there we go. There's that one more friend. So we're going to put him there. And then you know what? We're going to turn them into another hundreds block. Alright, so now all we have to do is add those 100 blocks that are left over. 4 from the 400 and the 100 from the 176. So now look at that. There's 5. Oh, I see one more. There we go, 6. And then look at that, only some little ones left over. So there we go. There is a final answer of 605. I'm now going to turn it over to Tom, and he's going to explain to you guys about exploding dots. Take it away, Tom.
Go ahead.
Alrighty, thanks Tom. Alright, so what we're going to be looking at today is exploding dots. So this is our symbolic reference to addition. So my rule is if any of the columns get to 10 dots, that's when things are going to explode. All right, so I'll put my hundreds column, my tens, and my ones. All right, so as we know, our equation is 429 plus 176. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my 429, 2, 3, 4 dots, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alrighty, so let's add our 176. So I'm going to start with the ones column because I think something pretty crazy is about to happen. Alright, so I'm going to add 1. Uh-oh. Explosion. 1 dot into there. And because we've got 6, I added 1. So how many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. Alright, let's move on to the next one. 7. Alrighty, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh. 7. Time for an explosion. Another explosion. Let's put a dot there. All right. Now I have just 100 left. I just add a dot there. All right. Awesome. We're done here. All right. So our equation. How many dots in the hundreds? 6. How many in the tens? 0. How many in the ones? 5. So our answer is 605. Awesome.
Anytime.
All right, well, that was fun, wasn't it? So now we're going to look at this in a pictorial setting. So I have 10 dots, and then I'm going to add another 6 dots. So right off the rip, I know that I can group this into a nice 10. All right, and I'm going to represent that as a 10 rod, and then I'm going to have 5 ones left over. All right, so now I'm just going to keep kind of a little piggy bank to the side of what I've got, just so I can keep track of that. All right, so now I'm going to erase our little equation, and we're going to substitute that back in. All right, so now we're going to put all of our tens in there. All right, so I've got 1, 2 on that side, and I am adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, oh, look at that, I've got one more. You know what? Let's throw that bad boy in there. Why not? All right, so now, look at that. I have a perfect 10 because I've got 8 and 7. All right, and let's draw that in the little piggy bank. So now I can represent that as a hundreds block because there's 10. All right, easy. Remember, we were working with the hundreds blocks before. So now all we have left is those measly little squares, okay, that are representing 100. So I'm going to draw 3 beautiful squares, perfect in shape, and then I'm going to add the 1, but hang on, we've got 1 in the bank. So let's take that bad boy out of the bank and let's put that into our equation. All right, now I'm going to add 1 there, perfect. All right. So now I'm going to add those together. All right, so I'm going to draw a nice big circle to add my 6 squares. Perfect. There we go. All 6 of them. All right, good job. So now I'm just going to add what I have in that little bank into the whole sum. Alrighty, so magically get rid of all those squares. All right, so now I'm going to draw the final answer, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you guessed it, 6. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. So that is our answer. Well done.